2/3. Okay? First and foremost, you have to make sure all numbers are fractions. So if I have a whole number, you put it over 1. All right? These are both all fractions, so we're going to just go ahead and move to step 2. Step 2, you're looking at cross-reducing. So I'm looking at diagonal. Does 3 go into 3? Since 3 goes into 3 one time, I can go ahead and cross that out, and I can go ahead and simplify. Okay? 2 does not go into 5, so I'm going to leave that the same. Next, you're going to multiply straight across. So going across my numerators, 1 times 2 is 2, and 5 times 1 is 5. Then you're going to simplify. Now, 2/5 is reduced as low as it can go because 5 is a prime number and 2 does not go into 5. By cross-reducing, you're making it easier on yourself when you get to the end because it should be close to simplest form. Okay, so we're going to practice another one. 5/6 times 3/4. All numbers are fractions, so number 1's checked. Can I cross-reduce? 5 and 4, they're consecutive numbers. I cannot cross-reduce. 3 and 6, 3 goes into 3 one time, and 3 goes into 6 2 times. And then I'm going to multiply straight across. 5 times 1 is 5, 2 times 4 is 8, and 5/8 is my answer. Now, if I have a whole number, 3 times 2/3. Make all numbers fractions. Well, this is a whole number, which I can make it into a fraction by just simply putting it over 1. Then I can cross-reduce. 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 3 one time, and then multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1, so this equals 2. Each time I can go back to my 4 steps at any time to solve solve fractions that are multiplying with any denominator. Now, when I'm multiplying fractions with mixed numbers, I have to add an extra step. So if I have 3 and 2/3 times 1 and 4/5, okay? I first have to change this to improper fractions. So I'm going to take my denominator times my whole number, and I'm going to add my numerator. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, and I'm going to keep my denominator the same. Same thing, 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9/5. So I'm going to now cross-reduce if I can. 5 and 11 are prime, so I cannot cross there. 3 and 9 I can because they go into each other. 3 and 9 are factors of each other. So 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 9 3 times. So I can cross-reduce. Now I'm going to multiply straight across and then simplify. So 11 times 3 is 33, and 1 times 5 is 5. Now, since this is an improper fraction, I need to change it back to a mixed number. So in my head, I can go 5 goes into 30 6 times. 33 minus 30 is 3/5. and then I can simplify. In this case, it is simplified for me. All right, another one I'm going to do, so I'm going to draw my line here so we don't get confused, is 4 1/3 times 2 2/5. Again, I'm going to multiply my denominator times my whole number and add my numerator to change these to improper. So 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13/3 times 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12/5. Now that we're in improper fractions, I'm going to cross reduce. 5 and 13, those are prime numbers, can't cross reduce, but 3 and 12 I can. 3 goes into 3 3 times, 3 goes into 12 4 times. So I'm going to now multiply 13 times 4, which is 52. 1 times 5 is 5. I know that 5 goes into 52 10 times because 10 times 5 is 50. 52 minus 50 is 2/5. And that is my answer. Okay? Now, just a really quick review, dividing with mixed numbers and dividing. If I divide, let's just take 3 divided by 5 divided by 2/3. Okay, we're going to do our keep, change, flip method. So we're going to keep 3/5, change our division sign to multiplication, and flip to our reciprocal for 3/2. And then you multiply straight across and reduce. So 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 2 is 10. So 5/9. I'm going to do a second one for us. If I have 6/7 divided into 2/3. Okay? I'm going to follow with keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep 6/7, change my sign, and flip 3/2. Now, I can also here cross reduce. 2 and 6, they're factors. So 2 goes into 2 1 time, 6 goes into, or 2 goes into 6 3 times. So now I'm going to multiply straight across. 3 times 3 is 9, 7 times 1 is 7, and this is 1 2/7. That is when you are dividing just straight fractions with any denominator. Dividing with mixed numbers, you're going to take 4 2/3 divided by 1 3/4. So what I'm going to do, first we have to change to improper. So we're going to times and add. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2 is 14/3 divided by 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7/4. Then we're going to follow with keep, change, flip. So 14/3 times 4/7. And this is where I'm going to cross reduce because 7 can go into 14. And that goes in there twice, and 7 goes into 7 one time. Then I'm going to multiply straight across. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 goes into 8 2 times with a remainder of 2. So we change that to 2/3. Okay, now I'm just going to do another one on just a side piece of paper here. So if I have 8 3/5 divided by 2 2/3, I'm going to do first change to improper fractions. So 8 times 5 is 40 plus 3 is 43 over 5 divided by 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8 over 3. Okay, then I'm going to follow with keep, change, flip. So 43 over 5 times 3 over 8. Cross reduce. If possible. Unfortunately, this is not possible, so I'm going to have to multiply throughout. So 3 times, and then I'm going to multiply straight across. So 43 times 3, well 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, so 129 divided by 40. And then I'm going to reduce or simplify. So out to the side, I'm going to take divided by 40. So 4 goes into 12 3 times 0, 12, and I get 9, so 9/40. So my answer here is 3 9/40. And that cannot be reduced down. If you have any questions, email me. Your quiz will be over all adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Thank you.